Hi, are you curious about how pick a card readings work? Like, what are the mechanics that are happening in the background with the universe that can bring you a reading from halfway around the world for a group of people that resonates just for you? What's happening with that? Well, I have the answers. And I'm also going to talk about how you can get better or more accurate pick a card readings and do the beginning steps to developing your tuition for yourself. So it's all coming up. Let's get started. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I am Cheryl Lee Harnish. For those of you who are new and aren't familiar with my work, I am the author of The Path of the Soul, Divine Guidance, and Return of Spirit deck, Oracle cards. I am a fractal artist, and I am been working as a professional intuitive for well over 13 years. And I also teach intuition and spiritual metaphysical topics. And this is the very first video in a new series that I'm going to be doing on intuition called Intuitive You. And this question was actually inspired by a viewer last week who left a really valid comment on one of the videos. And they had asked, like, how can you, as a reader, know what's going to happen for me as an individual in a general reading? And so the short answer is, well, I don't. And I'm going to explain that. And just so you know, before I get started, everything that I'm going to teach you guys here today that I'm going to share is my own material. This is nothing that I have read or heard before. I was guided to opening my own intuition through an incredible process. I wrote about that in my book, A Seed of Love. So this will be quite new to many or most of you. All right, so how is this working? What are the mechanics? So on my lovely diagram, I am not a drawing artist. I'm like fractal mathematics on a computer artist. So these images are purely for your entertainment. And okay, so here's my fine, lovely drawing of you. Don't take offense. And you're at home or at the office, you're living your day, and you have all these questions, what's happening in my relationship? What is my path and purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? Should I be moving or should I stay and go back to school? And when we have these type of questions, our mind just like kind of grabs onto them like a little pit bull or, a hamster on a wheel and goes. And all of that is happening in the conscious mind. So the conscious mind is our interface for reality. It's what translates these particles and energy waves into sensory perception, what we see, feel, hear, taste, touch. It's translated into that and it becomes our reality. So that's the job of the conscious mind. However, in the conscious mind is all of our thoughts, but also it's where the ego or false self resides. And the conscious mind likes to think it is the power here, but it's the dog that thinks it's the master when it isn't. Because we also have our subconscious mind, which is connected to the conscious mind. So the conscious mind feeds the subconscious all the information of what it's experiencing out here in the world, and depending on our perception, feeds the subconscious our perceptions, understandings, how we're, experiencing things, good or bad. And it all goes into the subconscious. Now, there's a lot more to all of this, but I'm keeping it simple for today, okay? So the subconscious takes this and says, oh, okay, well, we have these questions. I need to know. And the subconscious isn't just connected to the conscious mind. The subconscious is also connected to the divine mind, to the field of awareness, to the universe, to God, whatever the word is that works for you to describe the higher power, higher working of this world. Now, this is a field of awareness, and we are this awareness, but it's our conscious mind that leads us to believe we are a separate entity, separate person. So this subconscious works as a gateway between the two. And that is actually the avenue where intuitive information comes through the subconscious and out here where we can understand it when we learn how to understand it. So the subconscious takes these questions, says, okay, we have these questions, all right, and it puts these questions out into the field of awareness, and it begins to search for answers. Now, at the same time that you're having these questions, Jane down in South America is having a similar set of questions, similar issues are happening. And John Smith on the other side of the world has the same questions happening because there's similarities in the human experience that we will go through, and this goes out, everybody's subconscious is going out with these questions into the field of awareness, seeking an answer. Over here, we have our little reader. Now, he or she is working intuitively, which means they've kind of disconnected from this conscious mind, and they're working through their subconscious to reach into this field of awareness. Now, the divine intelligence of the universe says, okay, we have ourselves, this is someone who can answer the questions. And so as the intuitive reaches into this field of awareness with their intuition, the universe says, answer these questions. We have a whole group of people who need these answers. And that information, the answers to these questions, comes through the subconscious mind, and it is interpreted by the reader in the cards that are drawn. Okay? They interpret the meaning and give the answers. Now, any of us can do this, and all of us can do this. The other thing is that this whole process, not only is the subconscious responsible for our intuition, it is also the main mechanic of how we manifest our reality. And that is a whole video that I'm going to cover. And if you're interested in that video, let me know down in the comments below. Now, how can you get a better reading for yourself, or a more accurate reading? It's getting your conscious mind out of the way, right? So that we can make space for the subconscious to work for the intuitive information. So, when you're doing pick a card readings, you have a couple options here. The first one is, as soon as you see your selections, take your very first choice before you have a chance to think about it, right? Because if you're thinking about what you should take, you're working here in the conscious mind, in the false self, in the world of reality, right? What we want to do is get more here, the functioning and information from the subconscious. So when you take your very first pick before you can think about it, it's usually the right one. Now, the other way that you can access it is pay attention to where your eyes are drawn to. Not your mind, your eyes, because the subconscious works our physical body. We can be sitting there scratching our shoulder and have not even be aware that we're doing it, because that's the subconscious mind is functioning and running in the background. So pay attention to where your eyes drift. Now, the best way and the easiest way, like the most conscious way, is to close your eyes, which shuts out this reality, which is almost like putting a blanket over the bird cage so the little canary can go to sleep at night. So we want to kind of put the conscious mind to rest for a moment, close our eyes, and focus your attention on your abdomen, on your belly and your chest, and just let it be loose and relaxed. Now, as you do that, the conscious mind has nothing out here, and it's focusing on, is this relaxed? Can I relax it? And also focus on your breath and your breathing. Now, I'm not talking a long time. It's short, just a few breaths. And as you do that, it can come to you as a feeling like, I feel like I should pick number 2. I feel like number 2 is the one. Or you just get a tingly sensation. It's not even like that knowingness. Now, the difference between intuition and your thinking mind is that the thinking mind is loud and it's a bully to us. It comes in strong and it's like, pick number 3. You always pick pile number 3. That's what we pick. Pick number 3. And then you have this quiet whisper, which is how the intuition comes in. It's saying, there's something about that pile number 1. I really want that. And that's the answer to go to. Now, after you get settled, if you still aren't sure which one to pick, imagine, visualize the 3 piles there, and just allow yourself to reach for one in your mind's eye. So you're going to be inside your own person, seeing the cards from your point of view as you saw them on the screen on your phone, and reach for one and see which one you want to reach for. Now, those are just some really basic beginner steps. I am going to be, in this series, talking about how you can develop your intuition so that you are using it in your everyday life, so that it's, more of a conscious decision to use it. Also, on how to develop your intuition if you want to do more professional kind of work, like you want to do readings for your friends, or really delve and explore into how powerful your intuition is. So please do join me for that. They'll be coming out about every week or so. I also do pick-a-card readings once a week. So it's probably a good idea to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of that. And please do hit the like button, because when you hit the like button to this video, it helps YouTube to say, this video needs to be shared. And off it goes, and more people get to see it than normally would. Okay, well, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.